Hello, thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. Today's video is my labor and delivery story. I'm so excited to tell my labor and delivery story. It was one of those life-changing experiences. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the due date. My due date was June 27th. However, I gave birth June 25th. My pregnancy was induced. But from my definition of induced, basically having an artificial start to your labor. That's basically what being induced is. For me, it made my birth experience way too hospital like, and way too, it was just too much going on. I decided to get induced because at the time my hospital was going through some type of change. They were moving, they were doing something, and I didn't want to be caught up in it. Not only that, at that time I was so ready. I was just in so much pain and discomfort, and I was just so ready to deliver. I really was. And so that is why I got induced. So we get there, we sign in, they give me my delivery suite. I get in the room. My nurses were nice, they were cool. Everybody, I had great nurses. My doctor, of course, he was awesome. So when we got in the room, the nurse hooked me up to the hospital bed. At that time, she informed me, normally when you're going into labor and you're having your contractions and stuff, you can get up and walk. And because I was being induced, I couldn't do the things that I really planned on doing and wanted to do. So getting up and walking, I couldn't do that. Basically, they get these pills and they insert them inside you, and it helps basically thin the cervix walls. So they did that. Me and Casey spent the night in the hospital that night. The next day is when all the action happened. Actually, it was like 7 in the morning. They broke my water. At that moment, my water broke. I was just like, it feels like what everyone tells you. It feels like just water gushing out. That's exactly how I felt. Water just everywhere. It basically felt like you peed on yourself. So after my water broke and I got over that scary part, my contractions came. Poor Casey. Even though he was nervous, he did good. He didn't, trip out or anything. So that was good. I made it all the way to 7 centimeters dilated, y'all. 7 centimeters dilated. And like I fought so hard, and it felt like my body just could not take anymore. I got an epidural. One of the worst decisions I could ever have made. First of all, it was so uncomfortable. It was so scary. Everything was so fast. Everybody was so used to doing what they were doing. Nothing seemed personal to me, and I was just so freaking afraid. I was happy, but like I said, I was afraid. It just didn't feel like, it didn't feel intimate to me. I really wanted my delivery to feel intimate to me, and it didn't. It just felt like I was in a hospital. I was under some type of microscope or something, and I really did not like that feeling. Now, I'm not blaming the hospital, and I'm not blaming my nurses, because I felt like they did the best they could, and they were really good. They were very respectful of everything that I asked them for, and they did a great job. And of course, I was feeling so much better. So after I got the epidural, maybe about 20 minutes later, the nurse came and checked me, and it was like, "Oh, you're ready." For what? You're ready to push. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So I did have my family there. I had Casey there, I had my mom, and I had my grandma there. I tried my best not to ever get epidural again, because I couldn't really experience like pushing. And I know it's like, why would you want to experience that? Why would you want to feel that pain? But I wanted to have some type of experience. I really didn't get that experience because I was so afraid. I was just like, I want everything to turn out fine. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and this, da, 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 da. I had so many different feelings about everything. Now I know to go with my mind and my heart about how I feel about labor now that I've been through it. Yeah, I get the pushing. The nurse comes to me while I'm in the middle of pushing. I'm so freaking nervous. Like, what is going on? Crystal, she may not be breathing. She may be a little shocked when she come out, but it's okay. Cassidy's over here on the floor. So if you hear her, yeah, she's here. Mwah. Okay, so yeah, and she comes to me. The nurse comes up to me while I'm in the middle of pushing, and I was just so scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, my baby, what's wrong with my baby? I should have never gotten to do such. I just started almost panicking in my head because I had a poker face the whole time because I didn't want my family to be scared, and I didn't want to rile anyone up, but I was so scared and so nervous. Okay, we got a special guest, you guys. She doesn't want to leave me alone. So when Cassidy finally arrived, oh, another thing is, the entire time I was pushing, because of my epidural, I could not feel a thing. Asking, am I pushing? Am I pushing? Am I pushing? I can't feel nothing. I can't feel nothing. It was just one of the most craziest feelings ever. Finally, after pushing for I think about 30 minutes, Cassidy finally came. She was breathing, eyes was wide open. She wasn't in shock or anything like that, crying like a regular baby does. So she was just a joy while we were in the hospital for the last couple of days. She didn't cry, she was rested, just such an angel. Yeah, you were, mommy. We were so freaking happy and so blessed that she came out perfectly fine. But my experience in the hospital was, I don't want to necessarily blame the doctors or the nurses. I feel like they were doing what they were pretty much taught to do. I just don't think I really enjoyed the hospital experience while delivering. I would kind of want a more intimate setting. So things that I would change about my labor and delivery is, one, my epidural. I would have not gotten an epidural if, one, I knew how it felt, and then two, I knew how it would make me feel afterwards, because you are going to have some after effects with the epidural. Two, I wouldn't have not gotten induced, because the whole experience was just a little too, it was just a little too much for me. Ain't that right, mommy? So it was a little too much for me. And so yeah, tips I would give as far as your labor and delivery. We packed a bag and all that good stuff, and half of that stuff, majority of that stuff, we did not even use. We didn't need it. The hospital provides you with everything. Just make sure you come comfortable and prepared. Don't have too many high expectations, because things could not go the way that you plan them, and it's okay. Just go with the flow, and you can do it. Your labor and delivery is gonna be one of the most life-changing experiences ever. Another thing I would change is I would not have my family in the room, because like I said, going back to that intimate part, I just want it to be more intimate and more private between me and Casey and our child. So yeah, that's it for my labor and delivery story. If you have any more questions about my labor and delivery, and there was some things that I didn't touch on you have questions about, please leave them in the comments below. Please tell me about your labor and delivery story. I would love to hear about it, and I would love to watch videos. So please, if you have any YouTube channels, please leave your YouTube channel in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my videos once again, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please stay tuned. I do have more videos for you. Have a great day. Stay cool.